Hello friends, today we discuss plus 2 English second year question and answers. Now let's start. First question on examinations. Chapter on examination. First question: does the writer like examination? Quote the line in support of your answer. Its answer: the writer does not like examinations. I quote the line: these examinations were the great trial to me in support of my answer. Next question, question number 2. Mention the subjects that were dearest to the examiners. Answer: the subjects that were dearest to the examiners were Latin and mathematics. Next question, question number 3. Which subject did the writer like the most? Answer: the subjects the writer liked the most were history, poetry, and writing essays. Next question, question number 4. What reason does the writer give for his not doing well in the examination? Answer: the examiners set questions on Latin and mathematics, the subjects the writer disliked most, and so the latter did not do well in the examination. Next question, question number 5. What did the writer write the answer book for the Latin paper? Answer: the writer wrote his name and the number of the question T and put a bracket around it in the answer book for the Latin paper. Next question, question number 6. What was the set spectacle for him? Answer: the set spectacle for him was the stains on the Latin paper that had been made by drops of his tears. Next question, question number 7. What was the writer's position in the merit list of admission? Answer: the writer's position was the lowest in the merit list of admission. Next question, question number 8. To whom does he give credit for his success in the entrance examinations? Why? Answer: he gives Dr. Weldon the credit for his success in the entrance examinations. The writer gave the credit to him as he was able to judge his hidden into harrow. Next question, question number 9. What does he mean by I gained no more advantage from the alphabet than from the wider sphere of letters? Answer: I gained no more advantage from the alphabet than from the wider sphere of letters. The writer means that his name was written at the bottom of the quill list as he correct name Spencer Churchill started with an S. Only 2 students were below him on the list. He did not get the advantage of having a long name. Next question, question number 10. How did he become the last boy in the class? Answer: as 2 students below his name in the school list disappeared due to illness or some other reason. He became the last boy in the class. Next question, question number 11. What is the custom of calling the roulette harrow? Answer. The custom of calling the roulette harrow is that the students walk past a teacher in a line and respond one by one when their names are called. Next question, question number 12. What is the custom of calling the roll at a turn? Answer. The custom of calling the roll at a turn is that the students stand in a group and lift their heads in response to their names. Next question, question number 13. Why he is last of all? Why did people say so? Answer. The people said so because the people wanted to know why the writer was the last of all to march by, whereas his father, Lord Randolph Churchill, despite his resignation as the leader of the House of Commons and Chancellor of Exchequer, dominated in the field of politics. Next question, question number I need to. Question number 1. What kind of students were taught Latin and Greek in Harrow? Answer. The cleverer students were taught Latin and Greek at Harrow. Next, question number 2. Which students were taught only English? Answer. Those who were slow learners were taught only English. Question number 3. How does the writer rate English as a subject and Mr. Somerville as a teacher? Answer. The writer rates English as a noble subject and Mr. Somerville as a brilliant, the most innovative teacher of English. Next question, question number 4. What part of English grammar did he learn from Mr. Somerville? Answer. He learned English parsing and analysis from Mr. Somerville. He learned how to divide a long sentence into different parts and know the grammar of each part or word. Next, question number 5. How did he score over the clever school fellows in after years? Answer. He scored over the clever school fellows in after years by dint of his better standards in Common English. The latter depended on Common English for their livelihood, whereas the former felt at home in this respect. Next question, question number 6. Why was he biased in favor of boys learning the English language? Answer. He was biased in favor of boys learning English thoroughly because it was the key in their success in life. Next question, question number Unit 3, question number 1. How did the boys enjoy their time at the swimming bath? Answer. The boys enjoyed their time in fun and frolics at the swimming bath. They used to go there in large number and bask between their lips, eating once on the hot asphalt margin. Next question number 2. What kind of pranks did they enjoy at the bath? Answer. The pranks they enjoyed at the bath were by coming off behind some naked friend or even or for and pushed him in. Next question. Question number 3. What did the writer do to the boy standing in a meditative posture? Answer. The writer tiptoed behind and pushed the boy into the swimming pool when he had stood in a meditative posture on the every edge. Next question, question number 4. What was the reaction of the boy? Answer. The boy's reaction was one of worry. He came out of the pond in a furious mood and firmly caught hold of the writer who was fleeing at that moment and threw him into the deepest part of the pool. Next question number 5. What did the writer from learn about Emery from the crown of younger boys? Answer. The writer learned from the crowd of younger boys that Emery was in the sixth form and head of his house champion and team, and an excellent football player. Besides, Amri earned fame and respect for his manifold achievements. Question number 6. How did the writer apologize for his misconduct? Answer. The writer apologized to him in a state of nervousness for his misconduct. Question number 7. Did he apologize out of fear or guilt or both? Answer. He apologized out of both fear and guilt. Question number 8. Did the matter and happily for the writer? Amir's anger abated. He laughed and gave some general remarks about his check. He advised the writer to be courteous in the future. Next, unit 4. Question number 1. 3 years difference in age is not so important as it is at school. How does the writer prove it? Answer. The writer proves his statement when he, along with another 3 years senior student, became cabinet colleagues in future. Question number 2. How did the writer face fare at school? Answer. The writer fared exceedingly well at school by stealing marches over many students who were quite senior to him. Next question, question number 3. How did he win a prize at school? Answer. He gained the prize at school for reciting to the headmaster 1200 lines of Marquis's Lay of Ancient Rome without making a single mistake. Next question number 4. What were the writer's noteworthy achievements at school? Answer. The writer's noteworthy achievements at school were his brilliant performance in the preliminary examination for the army, winning a prize for reciting 1200 lines unmistakably and scoring high marks in geography. Next, question number 5. How did the writer prepare himself for the preliminary examination for the army? Answer. The writer prepared himself for the preliminary examination for the army by focusing on the geography of New Zealand. The night on the eve of his examination, he had written the name of all the maps in the atlas into a hut and sketched New Zealand. Next question, question number 6. Why does he call his success an N-plan? N-plane. Answer. He calls his success an N-plane because he focused only on the geography of New Zealand and as a sort of bet, the first question in the paper was to sketch a map of New Zealand. Next, post-reading activities. Parsing in English grammar is the lost of art of identifying all the components of a text. It was once one of the fundamental exercises that test and inform people in English. Pairing required the student of break down a state sentence into its component words, classify each term of its parts of speech, number, and person, as well as its tense, voice, and function in the sentence. For example, carelessness caused incident is that parsing carelessness, a single noun, and the subject of a sentence. Caused a regular sentence transitive active try. Okay, its answer is children, a plural noun, and the subject of the sentence love, a regular transitive verb, active voice, simply present tense. Toys, a plural noun, object of the sentence. Flowers, a plural noun and the subject of a sentence. Bloom, an intransitive verb, simply present tense. On preposition, trees, a plural noun. Next, boys, a plural noun and subject of the sentence. Next, are playing, transitive verb, active voice, present progressive tense, cricket, a singular noun, subject of the sentence. Next, Sachin, a singular noun and the subject of the sentence. Next, has own, transitive verb, active voice, present perfect tense. Next, gold, an adjective. Next, metal, a singular verb, singular noun, object of the sentence. Money, a singular noun and the next subject of the sentence. Has been spent, verb, passive voice. Next, B. Clauses analysis is a technique of formal grammatical analysis once common in schools in English speaking countries. It involves the direct division of longer sentences into their constituent clauses. A clause is a part of sentence with a finite verb. A complex sentence has two kinds of classes, principal class and subordinate classes. Principal class, a class which makes complete sentence and can stand by itself. Subordinate class, a class which depends on the principal class for a complete sentence. Next, study the following examples carefully. We know that a little learning is a dangerous thing. We know principal class that is a little learning is a dangerous thing. So moderate class people who lives in glass houses should be not throw stones at others. Here people should not throw stones at others. Principal class who lives in others. Principal class who lives in glass houses. So moderate class. Okay. See, it rained when the players were ready to play. It rained principal class when the players were ready to play. So moderate class. Okay. This is so. Next, Identify the sovereign class in the following sentence. First question. I had scarcely passed my 12th, but when I entered the inhospitable regions of examination through which for the next 7 years I was destined to the journey. Answer. When I entered the inhospitable regions of examination, next B, through which for the next 7 years I was destined to journey. Next, B to the A answer, which were dearest to the examiners. Next, B, which I finished list with 3 that we could learn only English. Bit for A, when I had been no more than a month in the school. Next, B, who are in a towel on the very brink. V, while I apparently stagnated in the lowest of form. B, that I should gain a prize open to the whole school for reciting to the headmaster 1200 lines of Mercury's lay of ancient home without making a single mistake. Friends, these are the question answer of on the examination. If it helped to you, then like, subscribe and share my videos. Thank you.